Hi, I'm Laura, and this is Sold on RV Life. My goal for this channel is to take you along and show you what it's like to live in an RV full-time. First of all, I want to tell you that I really did not think that this would be this hard. I thought I could just sit here in front of the camera and tell you about all of the things that are running through my head right now. But I see that this is going to be a little bit of work. I hope that you'll come along with me as I navigate this channel to try to make it interesting and for you to experience what I experience in living in an RV. I really do. I love to cook. I like to craft. I like to sew. I like to read. I'm passionate about so many different things, and I was not going to give that up just because I live in an RV. So I want to bring you along with that. If you're interested, maybe that we can do these things together. I feel like I have a lot to offer, and I really just want someone to share it with. Living in an RV is awesome. Living in an RV I love it. I really do. I can't imagine just living in an apartment somewhere in some city where we don't know anybody. Instead, we get to move around. We meet some of the most amazing people along the way. And now I get to meet you. And I think that's why I really want to start this channel. I've watched countless hours of content on people cleaning, organizing, and I love them a lot. I've found a few ladies that I watch every time they put a video out. So I think that maybe out there are a few of you that could use the motivation, could use the tips and tricks of doing those same things in an RV. Now, RV, what does it stand for? RV stands for a recreational vehicle. It kind of covers a broad term. You're going to hear me use the word RV. You're going to hear me use fifth wheel, trailer. Lovingly, we like to call ours the hizzy. So sometimes we're going to be up in the hizzy. Why do I say it like that? Let's call it a hizzy. It was just something funny that my husband and I came up with when we very first started this journey. So the grandchildren call it the hizzy. I know that's kind of an urban slang word or something like that, but I guess that's just us old people trying to be with it and hip. So the hizzy, you're gonna hear me call it the RV, fifth wheel, trailer, the hizzy, and home. Most of the time we just call it home. Now that my introduction is over, I'm going to take you straight into the kitchen where I made jam just a few days ago. And I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you have any questions about the jam making process, I'd be happy to answer them. See you later. Hi, and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to make strawberry jam. As my husband would call it, my famous strawberry jam. What I like to do is use this Sure-Gel low sugar. So it takes less sugar than the regular, and I find that gives the strawberry taste so much better. So, but before I start, I'm gonna have to wash a few dishes and get my jars ready to fill. So let's get started. And now I will wash my jars. And this is the pan I will use to keep those hot. So we're going to do that to make sure that it's free. I always follow the instructions, even though, well, I look at them at least once, even though I have made jam for I don't know how many years. Been making jam for a really long time. But I always just like to refresh because it's been a while. So cooked jam, strawberry, 6 cups of crushed strawberries, and 4 cups of sugar. Okay, let's get the strawberries out. Let's see. Here first. Get them out. I pre-measured these when I put them in there as 2 cups each. I picked these strawberries in Sequim, Washington in 2022, and they have been in my freezer all this time. So it's about time to free up some space in my freezer for other things. So I specifically marked them with that there's 2 cups with no sugar in them, so I could use it for just for this purpose. And then I'm going to start warming it up. Make sure that it's on, and I will start warming it up before I put the sugar in. So let's get the sugar and get that started. Oops. In my handy. I always follow the directions on the package about this. So what it says to do is to take a 1/4 cup from here and combine it with this together. So when I'm ready, I can add it. I always want to add it with some sugar. Just mix it together. Okay. First first it says to add this in. I like it to be a little bit warm when I do that because again you want it to dissolve and you don't want it to gel up inside there. So then I'll bring it to a boil and then put in my sugar. When I get started on that, then I'm going to heat up some water to sterilize my jars. And then I will fill them and keep them hot until my till the jam is ready to put in there. So it feels like it's getting hot. So I'm going to go ahead and start sprinkling this on. It's ready. So now I just need to bring it up to a boil. And then I'll add the sugar and we'll boil it again. It's already starting to feel thick with it. So I'm going to start adding the sugar a little bit at a time. I don't know if you can see that. And I am left-handed, so of course everything I do is going to block the camera. I could put it in. I'm going to start with hot water. Starts to turn a really dark color. Beautiful that is. It's already pretty thick. I'm going to get that to boil. So here's my jars. Heat them up. So that, I'll heat them up because we're going to be putting hot liquid sugar into them and I don't want them to break. Alright, so now we're going to jar this up. Oh, that was the dog going out. Put them in jars. Stuff close. Now, they say to fill them up part way, because otherwise you're going to have the last jars are going to just be full of liquid and not any of the berries, because the berries like to float to the top. Oops. And we try not to spill any of this precious stuff, that's for sure. And you know, at living in an RV, you do have to adjust a little bit, but because I'm comfortable with it already, it wasn't hard to make small adjustments to do it in a small space or with less equipment. You know, I don't have near the equipment that I would have in my full kitchen, but the results are just as good. And if you want it bad enough, there's a way to do it. Okay, after I fill them all, I wipe them off. And now it's going to be darker than it would be if I was making them fresh from fresh berries. All right. Well, I'm working on this right now, but first of all, we're going to do our first try of some of the jam that I put aside. Look at that color. So beautiful. First bite, still warm. There it goes. There's nothing better than that. Well, maybe there are better things, but for right now.
Hey friend, if you're still watching, I want to just thank you so much for joining me today on this very first video of Sold on RV Life. But before I end the video, I just feel like I need to explain a few things that happened near the end of the jam making session. Originally, I had planned on following the proper procedure for water bath on my jars of jam to make sure that I was offering the correct procedure for the recommended procedure for sealing my jars. In the past, I've always just heated the lids, heated the jars, and let them cool, and they would seal on their own. But because I want to make sure that I am offering the best possible way to do it, I was going to water bath them, but then I realized that my pot was way too shallow. So rather than show you the incorrect way of sealing my jars, I ended the video there. I did end up with about 8 half-pint jars of jam that I shared with several friends in the RV park here. Already ate one whole jar myself, and the rest I will put away in a cool place and make sure that I use them relatively quickly. Because I did not water bath them, I don't want to keep them for a very long period of time, just for safety reasons. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Join me next time when I reset and organize the pantry. I've got big plans ahead, so please consider liking this video and being one of my first subscribers. Until next time, we'll see you later.